Hey friend, let's start off talking about something that's been buzzing around Cowboys Nation lately, the so-called Tush push controversy. You've probably heard it mentioned a bunch, right? It's that play where the quarterback gets a little extra help from teammates pushing him forward to gain those crucial yards. It's become a bit of a headache for the Cowboys, and honestly, for the entire league. So here's the deal. The NFL has been wrestling with whether to ban this move or keep it legal. At the recent owners' meetings, the Cowboys didn't exactly jump at the chance to fully embrace it. Jerry Jones, being Jerry, seemed a bit vague about how Dallas actually voted. Was it because he genuinely couldn't remember? Or was it some clever playing of the card to dodge backlash? Hard to say. But the real question is, why would the Cowboys want to vote against something that works for the offense? Some argue the play is ugly or too rugby-like, but the truth is, no one's really getting hurt from it. The bigger reason might be that defenses just can't stop it. It's like watching a dunk for the first time in basketball. It breaks the old rules and leaves defenders frustrated. One Cowboys fan summed it up perfectly. Back in the day, pushing a teammate forward like that was illegal. The rules have shifted, but the debate continues. And here's a key point. Even before the Tush push became popular, defenses struggled to stop mobile quarterbacks like Josh Allen or even the Cowboys' own, Dak Prescott, when he was healthy. Now, the Cowboys recognize that to compete, they might need to adjust. They even drafted a big 340-pound nose tackle recently, signaling they want more size and power up front. So, the tug of war continues. Do you ban the Tush push because it's not football, or do you accept it as part of the evolving game? What's your take? Should the NFL outlaw the Tush push or just let it be? Vote now in the poll and drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious, do you think the Cowboys will figure out how to stop it, or will they keep struggling? All right, now let's talk about Micah Parsons. You know how this guy is the heart and soul of the Cowboys' defense, right? He's not just a game changer on the field. Sometimes his actions and words send a message off the field too. Recently, some sharp-eyed fans and insiders noticed something subtle Parsons did that might be a quiet signal to the Cowboys' front office. Here's the scene. Parsons has been vocal about wanting the defense to be stronger and more dominant. That's not new. He's always pushed for that. But this time, it wasn't just words. Micah seemed to hint at needing better support around him. Maybe more players with size and grit to handle the trenches, the kind of tough guys who make life easier for a linebacker like him. Why does that matter? Well, it's all about how Parsons views the team's priorities. If the front office isn't listening, if they keep focusing more on flashy offense, moves, or short-term fixes, Parsons might be feeling like he's carrying too much weight. And when your best player feels that way, it can get tricky. Here's what's interesting. Parsons hasn't publicly complained or made headlines with big statements. Instead, he's dropped subtle clues, like emphasizing the importance of a strong defensive line or celebrating teammates who show toughness. It's like he's saying, "Hey, I'm here, giving my all, but I need you guys to step up on the front end." Now, what do you think this means for the Cowboys? Are they going to listen to Parsons and invest more in defense? Or is there a risk they'll keep chasing offensive stars and ignore the backbone of the team? I want to know what you think. Do you agree with Parsons that the Cowboys need to prioritize defense more? Or do you believe the offense should remain the main focus? Vote in the poll and share your opinion in the comments. This is your chance to weigh in on where the team should go next. So, now that we've talked about Micah Parsons sending a subtle message, let's dig into what this could mean for the team's dynamics. You know how important locker room vibes are, right? When your star player is trying to guide the team in a certain direction, it often sets the tone for everyone else. Parsons is a leader by example, but also by influence. When he highlights the need for a tougher defense, it's not just about him. It ripples through the locker room. Defensive players start to feel the pressure to step up, and even the coaches might rethink their strategies to support what Parsons is saying. But here's the catch. If the front office doesn't respond, that message could create tension. Imagine Parsons pushing for more defensive resources, while management stays focused on offensive splash plays or short-term fixes. That kind of disconnect can lead to frustration, and that's never good for team chemistry. On the flip side, if the Cowboys do listen, we could see a shift. Building. A stronger defensive unit around Parsons might not only improve their on-field results, but also boost morale. When a team feels heard, especially when it's their star making the call, they tend to rally together more strongly. What about the coaching staff? Brian Schottenheimer's role here is crucial. He has to balance offense and defense, and Parsons' message might push him to support defensive schemes that maximize Micah's talents. The front office and coaches working in sync with Parsons' vision could be the key to a better, more balanced Cowboys team. Now I want to hear from you. How do you think the Cowboys should handle Parsons' message? Should the front office shift focus and back the defense more, or should they stick with their current game plan? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and vote in the poll. Your voice matters in this Cowboys conversation. All right, now let's look ahead and talk about what Micah Parsons means for the future of the Cowboys. When a player of his caliber sends a message like this, it's not just a moment. It's a glimpse into what could shape the team in the next few years. Parsons is still young, but already a cornerstone of this franchise. His presence alone influences drafting decisions, salary cap moves, and even the kind of coaching the Cowboys pursue. If he's asking for a stronger defense, it's likely because he envisions the Cowboys as a team that can dominate on both sides of the ball. Think about it. When a team has a defensive leader like Parsons, they're not just relying on flashy offensive plays to win games. Instead, they build a culture of toughness, discipline, and resilience. That's what winning teams have, and Parsons seems determined to push Dallas in that direction. But here's something to consider. Parsons' message might also be a subtle nudge toward building a legacy. He's probably thinking long-term, wanting the Cowboys to be a force in the playoffs and not just a regular season contender. To do that, the team has to invest in the defense around him, bringing in players who share that same drive and mindset. This is where the front office's response becomes critical. Will they see Parsons' message as a challenge to commit fully to defense, or will they risk losing a leader who could demand a trade if he feels the vision doesn't align? So, what do you think? Does Micah Parsons have the power to influence the Cowboys' future decisions and strategy? How important is it for the Cowboys to build around him? Let me know your take in the comments, and don't forget to vote in the poll. This conversation is just heating up. So here we are, wrapping up everything we've talked about. Micah Parsons isn't just a talented player, he's sending a subtle but clear message to the Cowboys' front office and fans alike. It's a message about commitment, leadership, and the kind of team Dallas needs to build to compete for championships. If you followed along, you know Parsons is pushing for a stronger defense. That's no surprise considering how much defense wins in the playoffs. The question now is, will the Cowboys listen? Because the right moves from the front office could mean the difference between making a deep playoff run or falling short again. Now, I want you to think about how you'd feel if you were in the front office. Would you prioritize investing heavily in defense, knowing that Parsons is leading that charge? Or do you think Dallas should focus more on offense or even special teams to balance things out? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to participate in our final poll. Is Micah Parsons the key to the Cowboys' future success? One last thing. Keep an eye on the news because things are moving fast. Trades, drafts, coaching moves, they're all part of this bigger puzzle. Parsons' message is just one piece, but it might be the piece that sets the tone for the entire organization. Thanks for sticking with me through this breakdown. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to Cowboys News TV, and ring the bell so you don't miss any updates. We'll keep bringing you the latest and greatest Cowboys news. Until next time, keep your eyes on the field and your passion for the team alive. See you soon.